Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Haul O'Clock with a big package, a little package, and a very tiny package, all from bricklink.com. Whoop whoop! Right, well, before we get into the big one, or even the medium-sized one, I guess we better start with the smallest one of all, as is tradition. And this one is just 3 versions of the same sticker sheet. Dun dun dun! Yes, very vital for future builds this. This is from the set Super Secret Police. Dropship. Yes, set 70815 from 2014. And there we go. Oh, yes. Lots of big logos on there. And this is for the much anticipated SSP build that's coming up soon. I probably didn't need 3 whole sheets worth of this, probably only need about 1 for all that. But if I'm going to do future builds as well, I need to be future proof. And these sticker sheets, when they get rarer, become incredibly expensive. So getting 3 each in one place was good economy. And they were actually £1 each, would you believe? So yeah, really happy with that. So it's mainly the really big ones that I'm interested in. With that logo, I can even cut off the excess white section at the bottom and stick that everywhere. But I also like these black 10th division ones. And I can even move around the numbers of the 409 to make 904 or 094 or all sorts of different numbers, or even combining them make 440099 or something like that. So yeah, lots of possibilities there. And you never know, actually. On one of these ones, it might have a jet exhaust that I need to add a danger jet exhaust sticker to as well. So I might be able to use all of them. But that is a really good sticker sheet to have. So that is secured for the future. Let's move on to this middle-sized one. Now this is to continue one of my collections, which is getting all the funky wizards from the old Castle Kingdoms line. And there is the little leaflet from this one. So it's just one actual set, and you can see it there, 7955 Wizard from 2010. So let's get into this. Very nicely packaged. I think it was new, so I don't know if it came in that or if they just repackaged it. But there we go. And it's quite interesting. Now this one has actually got the printed hat on the front of it, but the catalogue picture doesn't, and I was a bit concerned there was 2 versions or something, because I really need to have the one with the pattern on. That's kind of the point. And this one I can see does. So there is the pièce de résistance, the hat with the dragon emblem on this lovely dark green backdrop, and the buckle there is really nice. So that's a really good print. And then we've got the rest of it, plain torso, but nice legs with what looks like a sort of potion and a lucky tooth there, or something like that. And I think we put the beard on next. Then the bearded face, we've seen that a few times. Oh, in all sorts of different sets. So that's the torso mainly covered up, and there is the hat. And then we've got the rest of the scene with a baby dragon and a table and stuff. And the other really good feature is this, and this is why I was looking for the set rather than the just the minifigure, because I also wanted this tile, which has got a little dragon on in the same shape on a scroll, and it says, "You are far more powerful than you would ever imagine." Yeah, there you go. So very happy to have that as part of my wizard collection. The dark green dragon wizard, not to be confused with the red and black dragon wizard. Yes, so very happy with that. I'll build this table in a minute, but let's get on to our bigger package. The biggest one of all, which isn't a Death Star trash compactor. You might be relieved to hear. It's not even got trash in it, but it's largely new dark tan bricks for my deep sea cabinet, and also some rare things for army building. Yay! Little dinosaurs galore, hopefully. Yeah, let's get into this. Oh, look, there's Princess Hermione and Harry, yeah, in the trash compactor. Yeah, looking good. Oh, and Hagrid. Yeah, very good. Brilliant scene, that. From the film, of course. Let's get into there. And here we go. There's also the dark tan stuff. So, I mean, I'm going to have absolutely loads of dark tan and tan bricks as well as the base for each of the layers in my cabinet. And it's just amazing having measured it the other week when I was doing the designs for just one level. Exactly how many I'm going to need, it's kind of a horrific total. So I've basically searched for a seller that had absolutely loads of dark tan bricks, which I don't seem to have many of at all. Just regular bricks in dark tan. It seems a relatively rare colour combination, at least from my perspective, and find somebody with an absolute load of them. So that's what I did. But the thing that made this particular seller even more brilliant was the fact that they had other parts I need, and I can see some of them in here. Da, da, da. Remember these guys? Baby triceratopses, if that's the plural of the triceratops. And there should be 4 of them in here, I think. They came with the set 76940, T-Rex Dinosaur Fossil Expedition from 2021. And that's the one that's got that big T-Rex skeleton in it, of course, that's on the back of my cargo train. And that's the thing that started off this whole nonsense of collecting these as the steeds for my troll army, which I'm planning to have underneath Brick Nottingham, probably in the mines, maybe even fighting with the rock monsters from the power miners line. So this is my collection of them so far. And if you remember, we had the Queen being the Lady Cyclops from Series 13, who is the sand blue colour on a not sand green, olive green baby Triceratops, and that one came with the Dr. Wu's lab set in 75939 from 2020. And then as a contrast to that, with the green saddle, of course, we'd have lots of olive normal Cyclopses from Series 9 on a blue saddle on a blue, sand blue baby Triceratops. So we've kind of got the mirror on each one. So I thought that was a really good idea. And that makes it look like they were designed to go together, if you ask me. So I had the Queen and 2 complete riders, but I also had 4 more of these with their blue saddles, which I can just immediately mount onto these baby Triceratops, and I definitely think I've got enough now. He had 4, so I got all 4. And, well, that's definitely all I need, I think. No more required. Though I do need one more spiky club for this guy. I've got a light bluish grey one for the Queen, and everyone else has got the dark bluish grey one. So, yeah, just one more of those required. But that would be great. And look at that evil expression on the front of his face. Brilliant. So I really like these because they're small and they should fit underground very pleasingly, I think. And having a huge amount, like they're on a massive charge, chuntering towards their foe, will be a really good scene. I mean, look at that. That is a really good army building scene. And I can even sort of mount some of them at sort of galloping kind of angles or something like that, and it'll look even better. So I'm very much looking forward to doing all of that. I think the Queen arguably needs some sort of banners or something, maybe attached to these clips. So she's got, you know, something that designates her as even more special, because I can't really attach a crown to her head without using blue tack or something like that. So maybe I need the banners from the Orc or the sort of Troll Fantasy Castle theme, like the one you get in 7040, Dwarf's Mine Defender from 2008. But I have actually checked the catalogue when I thought about that, and there's only 4 available in the UK. So, yeah, I might have to be quick on that one. But yeah, what do you think of that for an army? I think that'd be brilliant, charging in. It's quite blue heavy, I suppose. Maybe she needs to go in the middle just to sort of balance it out a bit. But it's really good fun, isn't it? And with them being small, they should fit under the ground a lot more easily. So yeah, I can stop buying these now. Don't need any more Cyclops. I wasn't going to go quite this far, I don't think, but some people sent in some Cyclopses, and well, I didn't want to have any without steeds. So there we go. Right, so we've got lots of 16 by 16 plates, and this is a bit of an extravagance because they're quite expensive, but basically I'm going to use these to make a sandwich, because I don't want my entire cabinet shelves to be 100% flat in each case. That would be really boring. So I want to have them sort of undulating a bit like the bottom of the sea would be. So where it's just directly on the glass, I might just have that. But then it would transition into dark tan, and then maybe we'd have a cross-section of some dark tan bricks with the tan on top. So it's kind of like, you know, surface sand is lighter than everything underneath it being that dark tan. And I think that will be a really good look. So that's what I'm going for. I've started designing that. It's taken ages just to get it all really looking good, but these are vital just for the sheer quantity of it that we're going to need. Now here's another big bag with just 2 items in it, and they are the huge wheels. They're actually called Viking wheels, Viking wagon wheels, because they were usually used on big Viking sort of siege towers and wagons and all the rest of it to trundle into battle. And they look very hardcore indeed, very good for that purpose. But they've been used in all sorts of space crawlers since, other war engines and so on. And they were even on the Daily Bugle at the top. As that water tower, if you remember that, on set 76178 from 2021, of course. So I bought these kind of to experiment with. I'm thinking about doing a Dr. Inferno build that might use these, but if I don't, they could be aircon units on top of a building or water towers again. So I think they'll be useful. It's quite an easy colour to use, this dark bluish grey. You never know, it could be part of my undersea base even, 2 sort of vents maybe with a propeller on the top or something like that, so it looks like it's circulating air or water or goodness knows what, sort of pumping station or something like that. So I think they'll be useful. Right, then the sea, the flood of tan and dark tan. I'm just going to wind this down a little bit. There we go. So these are all new bricks, apparently, which is great because it means I've got no washing to do, but it does seem that they're all mixed up together. So we've got 2x4s, 2x2s, these nice crinkly ones just to add a texture, palisade ones. While I was there, yeah, you've got to buy all the cheap lime dinosaur tails for undersea plants. I got these 2 whip pieces. Now, I've got some of the brand new whip pieces coming directly from Lego Bricks and Pieces, the ones that are from the Avatar sets, because I was originally going to use these for dog leads. You know, attach one end to the dog, one end to a minifigure, and you've got a dog lead, though you'd have to pretty much straighten this out because it's not very dog lead shaped as it starts off. But I think the Avatar ones are going to be even better. Anyway, these ones aren't for that. These are for the next part of my Condiment King minifigure that I'm piecing together, which are parts of the sort of pipes that go from his backpack to power his guns for mustard and ketchup. And I'll have him near a hot dog stand in the fairground, I think. But yeah, he's just a hilarious minifigure that I'm piecing together. There's a few red pieces, which I'm just going, well, I think I'll tell you what they're for, actually. These are red missile tips, because, well, what could have loads and loads of missiles and be completely over-armed, a bit ridiculous, a bit silly, that's coming up soon, I wonder. It'd be something very secret, I'm certain. But anyway, yeah, so there's lots of red cones for missile tips. Another interesting part, which also might be particularly secret in nature, is this one. I can't remember if I got more than one. It looks like I only got one, sadly. But it's just a different gun piece that's quite adaptable because it's got a bar on the end, on the pointer, and a stud on each side. So you can do all sorts of complicated gun builds and build a ridiculously sort of small start that gets to a ridiculously big barrel or something like that. So I want to do that in true SSP style. So this came in a few sets like 76166, Avengers Battle Tower from 2020, where Red Skull and his AIM agents are using this as the basis of their guns. So yeah, that's really nice to have. I can see another interesting piece that's just got wedged in the bottom of there. And this apparently is trans neon green. Now, I'm not sure if it is or if it's a slightly different plastic that means it won't fluoresce, because it doesn't look like normal trans neon green. I'm going to check that using my torch. So let's do that with ultraviolet light. Yeah, it's as I suspected. I don't think that is glowing in the dark. So I'm glad I only bought one of those, or rather glowing under UV light, not glowing in the dark. Because I was thinking of giving this to some divers on the very lowest level of my deep sea cabinet, 20,000 bricks under the sea, just so when it's under that UV light that we mounted in there, this would glow and really show up. But I don't think that's going to happen. But it's an interesting colour, so maybe I'll still be able to use it under there. But yeah, I kind of thought that was going to be disappointing, and it is. I'm disappointed anyway. That can go up there. Next bag, this looks mainly dark tan. I'm going to have to sort of sift through it because it seems that the good stuff is kind of intermingled with the more generic stuff. So there's something good. Oh, grab that one. No, dropped it. You can see I've got all sorts of different shapes of wedge plates and round plates just to give all that flexibility to the undersea scene. And I've also got things like bracket pieces in dark tan. This guy had so much dark tan. I don't know where he got it all. But anyway, things like this, I can mount things at a different angle and do some really interesting stuff in the cross section, kind of between the light sand and the dark sand, have something buried or something like that. That's kind of giving away quite a lot of the plans for that. So there we go. There's the other wing. So these are some very sort of fluffy, almost cartoonish wings. And they're cartoonish because, well, they come from all those Mario sets, of course, on the back of things like Koopa Troopers and stuff like that, including set 71383, Wiggler's Poison Swamp from 2021. Wiggler's quite cute there, actually, isn't he? On the bottom left, that sort of big caterpillar thing. I kind of have an urge to build him now. I remember him from the game. Anyway, these wings, I was thinking of, well, either making something like an angel. If I attach these to a minifigure's back, he could almost have a harp and be, in heaven or something like that. I don't know if I really want to do that. It doesn't really link with anything else I've got planned. So I probably need ideas for using these. But I kind of figured it would be a person that had these wings on their backs. Some sort of fantasy thing going on, obviously. So yeah, ideas for that, please. Because I don't want to do anything Mario related. I still really just don't understand those sets at all. I'm the wrong age group, clearly, but if you got a big Mario thing and then just bounce it on some barcodes, that seems to me to be about 2 minutes entertainment. But hey-ho, they do look quite good fun to make up levels if you really love the game. All right, so next bag. Ooh, thanks for your Lego order, One Stop Bricky. So that's giving a free plug out to the store where I got all this. So you can go and check them out if you're interested. We've got a bit of red. I think that's just something that was missing from a previous order. That's going to be part of the, what's it called? Atlantis build that's going on my deep sea cabinet. We've got an axe. I love these axes with the multicoloured head and so on. They just look instantly more recognisable than the more old school axe, which is all one colour and just black or something. I'm going to be using this for the little scene that half of you guessed last time we did a brick haul. I sort of gave a bit of a hint and half of you guessed the right answer immediately. So shush, keep that to yourselves, but this will be the part of the ground section of that build, as you might imagine. So yeah, that's probably totally given it away to anyone who was halfway through guessing. There's an interesting bit. So this is the hair from Aloyd. On Ninjago, of course. I just liked it for the green bandana, sort of going through this lovely tan sort of floppy hair. I don't usually get very many Ninjago figures because, well, I'm not really collecting that. So it's nice to get some of the pieces that will make just somebody in my city look even more cool. So maybe we'll have a guy with sort of a personal trainer or something like that with a sweatband on with floppy hair driving on his clients. So that could be quite a funny scene for the streets of Brick Nottingham, maybe on the boardwalk or something like that. So that's a really nice piece to have. And not that dear either, given that, you know, they're quite common in a way, a lot of Ninjago pieces, because it's a very popular line. So it's not particularly hard for me to get them. Right, so here is another minifigure, just sort of thrown in with other parts, but it seems to have survived all right. And you can instantly recognise this as a Star Wars Imperial officer. And I tend to collect all these. One of my many, many, many collections. And there's a skin tone. And when I do Star Wars, I don't mind the skin tones because it's not going into my city, so I really don't mind. And I just collect the kind of original trilogy figures, usually to go in one of my sets. And I've got a one of the Death Stars over there, and that's got that kind of boardroom right on the top with all of the officers in. So when a new officer gets released, I tend to buy it, and it's already overcrowded with Admiral Thrawn and everyone else that's comes with the set and so on. So all different eras, but I've even got Krennic in there, I think. But she can go into that because this is the character Captain Tala Dureth. from set 75334, Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader from 2022, of course. And that set is of arguably the worst scene in that entire TV series, if you ask me. Darth Vader, who can later on stop a ship from taking off with just the power of the Force, and even rip off the side of an entire spaceship using his skills, can't stop a robot from picking up an unconscious Obi-Wan Kenobi and walking away with it. If only he had some way of walking across or levitating across a small patch of flames, he'd have achieved his lifelong goal of finding Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, what is going on there? It's just ridiculous. I mean, Vader hasn't even got any legs to burn anymore. That already happened. So what is he afraid of? I mean, really, what the bleep was going on there? So anyway, this is a really good character to add to my Star Wars sets. Very happy to have that as well. Instant fall over. There we go. Another Transred piece for my super secret police build. And another one, because we need lots and lots of red and blue flashing lights on that, of course. I think these white tiles must be for the same thing as well. Put those over there. A few more red ones must be for the Atlantis. Yeah, this is mainly plates, isn't it? What a noisy avalanche. There we go. Wow. So not the most diverse haul this time. Now I know there's another interesting piece in here somewhere, but the problem is it's tan in colour. So the chance of us finding it in this without me stopping the video is about nil. So I'm just going to say awesome haul. No washing to do. I'm going to dig out that piece. We can talk about that and wrap it up. Well, no wonder I didn't spot this one when I was tipping out all those tan and dark tan pieces. It's just a 1x2 tile with some instructions on it and a phoenix and stuff like that from the set 76382 Transfiguration class from 2021, where Ron Solo and Princess Hermione are learning Jedi mind tricks from, is that Mon Mothma? I don't know. Answers in the comment section as usual. Oops, sorry, Mr. Cyclops. There we go. So I can add that to the stack. I also built the set of the wizard with his table with some potions on and the baby dragon. That looks pretty cool. And his tile actually goes on a little plinth so he can be practicing his magic tricks. So I really like that as well. I'll keep that little sub build as assembled. So yeah, sorry that haul was so tan orientated with all these tan and dark tan pieces, but they're going to come in so much use in completing that first main level of the undersea, and then we've got 2 more to go underneath, and then we can really attach that big base and all the rest of it. So I'm looking forward to getting into all of this. But we also completed our Cyclops army build with all of these wonderful steeds in that sand blue colour. I absolutely love those, and these 2 minifigures are, wow, top drawer stuff. So an awesome haul all in all. Oh, and not to forget the super secret police stickers. So yeah, very happy with everything here. Awesome. So as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome Lego videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, we'll be doing a full city tour. It has been over a year, would you believe? So basically, I'm going to do a super long video of me wittering about everything we've done so far. But I think it should be rather good, and they're great for attracting new subscribers to the channel. So until then, see you! Charge!